I. And happy give something away day. You know, Jesus said in Luke chapter 3, verse 11, he that has two coats, let him impart to him that has none. And he that has meat, let him do likewise. Give something away. You know, there's our laws and principles that guide just about everything. In science, for example, the law of gravity. Now, I can talk about an object being attracted by a larger object and being weighed down and all that. I can tell you all that stuff. But instead, I'll just give you the basic line. Ready? The law of gravity. What goes up must come down. You fall off a building, you're going to crash on the ground. That's the basic law of gravity. Okay? Now, there are also spiritual laws. And the one thing about spiritual law is this, is that most of the spiritual laws are total contradictory to what we believe and think in the realm of human nature, or human logic for that matter. You know, Luke chapter 3, verse 11, we see that Jesus says, give something away. But also Paul reminds us that Jesus also told us it is more blessed to give than receive. Now that makes no sense. Since the spiritual concept is contradictory to human logic, humans have a tendency to misinterpret biblical truths at times for earthly gain. The televangelist is a great example of this. Now, Luke chapter 6, verse 38 tells us, give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, run over, shall men give into her bosom. For with the same measure that she met withal, it shall be measured to you also. In other words, you give a little, you get a little. Now, Dr. Harold Sasla paraphrases this verse, and he puts it this way. For if you give, you'll get. Your gift will return to you in full and overflowing measure, pressing it down, shaking it, and pressing it down some more until it runs over. Whatever measure you use to give, large or small, will be the basis by which the measure will come back to you. So this brings us to the law of mathematics, in which Jesus equates giving things away will cause you to gain more of the same thing. And it's not restrained to material things either. The more you volunteer, the more time you give, the more willing you are to listen, the more willing you are to share your abilities, then God will increase those things exponentially. So, what are you going to give away today? And that's my thought for today. God bless.